Hey, you made it. Welcome back. I'm glad you can make it today. Are you ready to see what I have in store? It's another video. I hope you enjoy it. So, let's get right into it. Hello everybody, welcome back to Satisfactory. Today, it's a lot to take in. So I'm gonna start off by making the supercomputers and something else. I don't remember the names. Yeah, so the supercomputers and our radio control units. We're gonna be setting those up, and we're gonna be setting up pretty much everything else except for nuclear pasta. So I hope you enjoy it. We are going to get through all the tiers up to the last phase, and we will be working on nuclear everything in a bit, which this is the farthest I've ever gotten in this game. And as you can see, spaghetti, it's just spaghetti everywhere. I tried to make it all, you know, like organized, but then my brain just took over. So
Milestone
we just
reached.
unlocked
Several parts more efficient and powerful than the human brain can now be made to compensate for many
the control
deficiencies
system.
otherwise encountered in future development
I'm not paying
efforts.
attention to my recording.
The blender enables you to mix and/or combine parts and fluids for more complex recipes. Most importantly, project part number 6, the assembly director system, should be produced and delivered to the space elevator as soon as possible.
All right, so we're gonna start with our the radio control units, and we're gonna set that up and draw everything to it. So yeah. So we got the radio control units. Now we're setting up our supercomputers. So I did accidentally pull up the wrong resource, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just fixing it right here. Here comes all of our computers. And then I'm splitting it, yeah. Intense spaghetti, just everywhere. And I'm living for it. It's amazing. Because this is kind of what my brain feels like at times. I think the next time I ever try to play this, or whenever I do play it again, I'm gonna try to be organized as a lot better than this. So yeah. So now I have to grab plastic, and I can't just grab it from there because of the blueprint. So now we have to add another splitter. But I do hope you guys are enjoying this series. I know I'm not really showing you everything, but I'm like 61 hours in. So, and you've been only seeing like maybe 3 hours so far? I don't know. Yeah, I do appreciate all of you watching. I think after I finish Satisfactory, I'm gonna do some Star Rupture. Probably take a break too, but I don't know. But I think I might also try to stream more. So if I do another playthrough of Satisfactory, it'll probably be streamed. So I'll link my Twitch, but I might just stream on YouTube. I don't know, but it'll always end up on YouTube, even if it's on Twitch. So make sure to subscribe to see what else I have in store for videos. So yeah, there's all the spaghetti of everything just coming in, and now we are unlocking the hazmat suit and finishing up tier 7.
Milestone reached. The hazmat suit protects
Now I'm just
the
gonna
wearer
make
from
it just
radiation
to wear it.
by consuming
I do need
iodine-infused
fabric,
filters.
and that's what I'm
You may
gonna
find
get.
this protection essential if you are going to finally get around to saving humanity. I previously gave you compliments in an attempt to inspire you, but it might have given you the wrong idea. I will definitely be totally honest with you from this moment on. Here is a demonstration of a truthful compliment. That suit looks like it was made for you. Because it was.
And then there's Ada telling us, oh yeah, it was made for you. The hazmat suit, that's why it looks so good. But I don't know if it does. Now I'm gonna take these, and we're gonna make the second, or the first item. Sorry, we haven't gotten to the second one. The first item for phase 4, which is the thrusters, I wanna say. Oh, okay, the assembly director systems. That's what we're getting. And we do need 500 of those. And then here's me looking through tier 8. And I'm just gonna let everything pile up. I'm going to grab some supercomputers for one of the milestones. And then nuclear power we're getting right here. And this is
Milestone
probably the
reached.
farthest
The nuclear
I've
power
gotten
plant produces dangerous
up to this
radioactive
point.
nuclear
Anyway.
waste. Fix It reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly. Fix It
Okay,
also
yeah,
reminds
tier
you that willful
9.
exposure to radiation will not result in any
Or,
bonuses
yeah,
regardless of how
tier
many
9
functional
milestone.
limbs it produces.
We'll get there
Project
eventually.
part number 7, the magnetic field generator, should enter production as soon as possible. Any unnecessary delays will be noted.
And here's all my generators for fuel. Okay, now we are going to get this, yeah. I'm gonna go get sulfur so we can make sulfuric acid, and I'm just going to like flush that so it gets working, whatever. Right, we're gonna need that, so we just picked it up because we need to get rid of this quartz. We did get an achievement for it, and I'll probably eventually go find them all, but this is gonna be our water, and we're going to make our sulfuric acid, and we're just gonna pour it all the way back to our aluminum. It looks like it's not going to flow properly, but it will. We'll get back to it in a few. I flushed the entire system for the alumina because it's just so much and it's not producing. And we are going to need aluminum casing for batteries. That's what we're setting up here. And now we're gonna head back. Okay, so our radio control units are piling up for now. That's all we needed. We need 50, and that's what we're gonna do. And that's gonna get advanced aluminum production. And then
Milestone
we are
reached.
almost there.
The resource well pressurizer and extractor can harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline
So
transportation.
here we're gonna need the nitrogen
Fix It does
gas.
not process most of your metrics, but I do.
Granted, we
According
already
to
got
Fix It
started,
predictions, you are
and for the
exploiting
cooling
this planet
systems we'll
with
need nitrogen
unexpected
gas. So.
efficiency. They did always struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
In here, I'm going to unlock rocket fuel, but I didn't realize we can't make it until we get nitric acid. And that's a ways to go. So, but it is a process, so. And you guys get to
Rocket
watch
fuel unlocked. Pioneers will be able to use
Okay,
rocket
so we
fuel
unlocked
in a
rocket
fuel
fuel.
generator and
We
any
won't
vehicle that uses
get to it
fuel, including the jetpack,
anytime
with
soon. I
appropriate
didn't realize
results.
that, but
Warning,
it's unlocked.
mixing rocket fuel into
after
coffee does not enhance its energizing
Yeah.
effect.
now. I didn't realize I needed nitric acid, so I'm using this to look into it. You do not have the resources. It's only because of the power shards. All my power shards are being used currently. But that's okay. And yeah, I did fix up the copper. Because cables were running low. But now they're like stockpiled. All of my copper. So. Now here's me. I'm opening it. Just okay, never mind. So I opened it, looked, and realized, oh, nitric acid, I can't do that. So yeah, now I'm looking for nitrogen. I don't know what I'm supposed to do because I've never gotten this far. I do find it, but I have to respawn because I need certain, yeah, I just needed the radio units. That's what they're called. So now here's making me making the way all the way back, and it's a long trek. Here's me trying to explore, even though I probably shouldn't. I get distracted easily, and then I die. I just jump and all of a sudden, splat. I made it up, got that. Or maybe, I don't remember. I'll probably go on another adventure to locate tons more. Right now we can set up our nitrogen gas. Put you there. In here I'm looking for an output, because I didn't realize you need the nodes, so that's why. Let's see, do I put the power shards in it? And there it's glitching. My game's been glitching lately. I need a new computer. And then I realized, oh, I need to put it there. But they're not activated yet. But now they are, so. And now I'm just gathering everything. And yes, I did see that hard drive area over there. So. And now comes, yeah. Oh, because I'm thinking of packaging it, that's why. But there's no oil close, so. Alright, and now comes pumping all the nitrogen gas into storage so we can transport it. And luckily it's gas, so I mean, you don't really have to use pumps because it just flows. So I pick up a few things, mostly heavy, or the frames and rods, And now I'm going to put valves on everything so it doesn't flow back, which is actually pretty nice. And now the trek back. Trying to do low, but then I figured, nah, it'll eventually make it, and it does. That was me checking. So we're gonna go up. And I mean, technically, yeah, gas does rise, so. So it's a long trek back, but we made it. I'm gonna grab this power slug. And then buffer, and then that's going to fill up. Rocket fuel, I see nitric acid, and then, yeah, we don't have nitric acid. And there's our nitrogen gas. And we need it for 2 things, but we're almost there. We're almost to 2 parts. And then here, I'm going to start with the battery. So we need the blender. I'm just going to put it in the water. So. Okay, so we got that set up. Now we need the power. And then we need to route everything to it. I'm just checking all my power. So. And look, sulfuric acid has made it all the way from where it's being produced. Now, so I'm gonna pull from the alumina or whatever it's called, and this will at least use some of it, not all of it. But I do have a plan, and that plan will be packaging up the alumina. So, and then we need then aluminum casing. Boom. Now we have batteries. And mind you, most of this is being automated. Most of everything I've built is automated. And it's amazing. So I'm just gonna route the water back into the water. Because it makes sense, might as well use it. And then there goes our batteries into storage. And I believe those will be used for drones, so I'll need to set that up. I'll need to set trains up. I have a good train railway started. I don't think I recorded it. I'll show you next time. So now we need the third part. In that third part, we're gonna need electromagnetic control rods. But we also need heat sinks, so that's what I'm going to make first. I'm just gonna upgrade that. And then we need what? The aluminum casing? Oh no, we need the sheets. Ooh. And we're gonna put the heat sinks just right on top of our AI limiters or whatever they are. And there's the first few. So I'm being careful with my power shards, just so I don't really go over, and I don't have many. But I mean, I don't really need them. I do to make things faster, but you know, it's fine. Now we are going to make our electromagnetic control rods. We need stators and the limiters. And here, I'm wondering, where am I gonna put it? Everything's a mess already. So I'm just gonna put it right up here, because I have room. Boom. Then I'm finding the AI limiters. I found them. Now I need stators, and luckily my stators have just filled. They're full. And now we're making those. I'm looking to see what the nuclear power plant takes. So I think the electromagnetic rods are needed elsewhere too, but I'm not sure. I'll find out. And then our versatile frames can actually be used again. And I'm just going to take all the so we got our magnetic generators, and now we are going to complete the aerodynamic engineering.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
And now, leading edge production. Gonna complete that. Now all we need is the particles, I believe, and we'll get that too.
Making it even easier to contribute.
Am I going too fast? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
Is the most complex
but we're gonna get the thermal propulsion rockets
and thus requires your
able
best.
to be started.
Fixit didn't think pioneers such as you could get this far. I am glad we have both proven them wrong.
And last, we'll only need nuclear pasta to be created, or to be set up. And I'm just gonna crack a few hard drives, so. So now I am going to start up the next creation to get propulsion rockets, and we're gonna need turbo motors, and for those motors will end up being the propulsion rocket. So we're gonna pull that, make more spaghetti, hook that up to power. We're still doing good because not everything's running, everything is, or a lot of stuff has stopped. So our motors and rubber are coming in, and we can finally use our engines that we made for the last phase, because everything is, stockpiled. The cooling systems we'll need, but we're making so few right now. But yeah, we'll get there. We will get there. And that's what we need for nuclear stuff. And we're going to wait on the propulsion motors, turbo motors, but we're gonna hook everything up. And we're gonna focus on the tier instead of the rockets. So all right, and now here's us finishing the last tier that we can.
Milestone
And I
reached.
hope you guys
Project
enjoyed.
Part number 9, nuclear
I
pasta,
am really
can be
enjoying this
created in
game.
the particle
I'm
accelerator.
almost done.
The accelerator has vast and fluctuating power
but
demands depending on the recipe.
we still have to
so
get
we'll need
nuclear.
careful integration with your factory.
So with that,
Fix-It
make sure you
does not
subscribe
waste,
so you can
so
watch
nuclear
and make
waste
sure
can be
you're
refined by the particle
able
accelerator
to
into
see that I
plutonium
finished
for
this
reuse
series.
in the nuclear power plant.
And
Fun
if you like
fact,
to hit the like
Fix-It
button, comment down in the
psychologists
comments
suggest factory
section
designs
if
reflect
you
the
have
minds of
any
their creators
tips,
in unexpected
tricks,
ways.
or want to
On an
add something
unrelated
for
note,
next
your
time for
infrastructural
another
choices
series.
have been interesting.
Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, this is the end. Tier 7, Tier 8 has been completed. Now we just need to finish Phase 4 of the space elevator, and we will be done. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Bye bye.